Good morning. I know it's been a while, but last month I've been kind of struggling emotionally and mentally and spiritually and physically. This and when it turns 6 o'clock this morning, I'll be around 125 hours at work this week, so I am kind of burnt out. But I'm going to read a verse and I'm going to tell you a story that happened yesterday that really just blessed me, and I'm honored and humbled by it at the same time. So I'm gonna read out of Colossians 4:6 real quick. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how you ought to answer every man. Now I'm gonna tell you the story, and I'm gonna elaborate on that verse a little bit. About 5 years ago, there was this young man. He was about 15. I don't remember where on Facebook, what group, whatever I was in, but anyway, long story short, this young fella private messaged me and told me that, his father had passed away, his uncles and all that stuff. He has no male role models in his life. Asked me if I'd be kind of like a big brother mentor to him. I said, sure. I never turned down an opportunity to do that. So over the last 5 years or so, we've been talking, and sometimes he'll call me. We don't talk every day, but sometimes he'll call me, just want to talk, just, every day, just shooting the bull, like we say in Mississippi. And sometimes he, really needs some guidance or advice or whatever, and I do my best to give that to him. And he's always very appreciative. And so he calls me last night while I'm here at the office, actually early in the morning. But anyway, he said, we talked for a few minutes, just carrying on, whatever. He said, well, I called you because I need to ask a favor of you. I'm like, okay. And he's now 20 years old. I said, what do you need, bud? And we've never met in person, because he lives about 2.5 hours away. Been wanting to meet him. He's been wanting to meet me, but our schedules just, for whatever reason, never line up. He said, well, I got saved last Wednesday. And I'm like, well, praise God, buddy. I'm proud of you. That's the best decision a person could ever make, giving their, life to the Lord. He said, I said, what do you need to ask me? He said, I want to ask you if you'll come to the baptism. I'm getting baptized Sunday. I said, sure, man. I'd be honored to. And that's really an honor when somebody, I guess, holds you in that high of esteem or looks up to you or whatever. And I don't know why people like him look at me like that, because, I'm like Paul said, I'm the chief of sinners. I'm probably the most imperfect Christian you'll ever meet. I got so many flaws, and I got this, that, and the other, but somebody looks at me like that, I got to do it. That's what keeps me motivated. When I feel like giving up, when, having PTSD and general anxiety disorder, sometimes I just feel like quitting and just throw in the towel, as everybody does. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But when somebody like that calls me and that's the favor they want, I'm absolutely humbled and honored to do so. So yes, I will be there. It's only 2.5 hours away. I will go Sunday morning. So now let's get back to the verse. And there's a phrase in this verse I think is very interesting. Seasoned with salt. Now, why? First of all, what is the significance of salt? Well, I'll be 46 on the 16th, but I grew up where, Granny cooked, Mama cooked, people cooked. We didn't have all this frozen garbage up until I was probably 10 or 11. But anyway, salt enhances stuff. If you put salt in, when you make ice cream or you make chocolate, whatever, your recipe usually calls for you to put salt in it, like a half teaspoon, whatever. Salt enhances the sweetness. Salt enhances whatever food you're eating. If used properly and used, very lightly, salt enhances the flavor of all this. Now, you can use it too much and it will cause blood pressure problems and all kind of other stuff. But if used properly and, sparingly is what I say, because I don't eat salt. Really, I don't. Except for red beans or rice. For some reason, I got to have it on salt on it. But anyway, so the thought of this verse come to my mind. I was sitting here about an hour ago thinking about this young man, and I'll get to meet him in person finally Sunday. So what is salt, the significance in your life? Well, you never know the impact you have on somebody. Whether they're watching you, whether they come to you, or they're just watching from a distance. You never know the impact your words, your way of life or whatever is going to impact somebody. There's somebody out there searching for an answer, which is salvation. So you're the only Bible somebody's going to read. And I know I'm preaching to myself more than I am y'all, but be such an example that when somebody sees you, hey, that's what I want. I want what they got. I want what she's got. I want what he's got. Be that salt. Enhance that person. And man, I'm just telling you, I'm honored to do this for this young man, and hopefully we'll get to take some pictures together, whatever, because he even told me that I've had more impact on his life than anybody else. And that just, like I said, when I look in the mirror every day, I don't sit there and see, this great person like this young man looks at me as. But anyway, I'm going to do my very best. Y'all pray for me to do better. I'm praying for y'all to do better. We need to keep each other lifted up in prayer, and we all need to do better. Nobody is, any better than the other one. So anyway, I will do my best to start making videos again for my YouTube channel and stuff. And if y'all need anything, please reach out to me. I get honored every time somebody asks me, somebody reaches out to me. It's never a burden on me. Don't never get that idea. It'll hurt me more if you do something stupid and you didn't reach out to me than if you reach out to me. I promise you. It tickles my soul when people reach out to me and ask me for help. So with that being said, y'all have a good day. Here in about 2.5 hours, I'm going home, going to sleep, because like I said, 125 hours this week. I'll be 46 on the 16th. I can definitely tell I'm not 20 anymore. But anyway, love y'all. Y'all be good, and get salty.